Universal on, an animated film, and hope to do a live action film. We'll see what happens in the future. I'm sure Don's got one in line for us. But I was going to read an excerpt from the Vision Quest, and I invite you all to pick up a book today. I'd love to sign it. If not, to please come down to or come online and play with us in the Vision Quest world. But I know why we're all here today. And I wanted to share with you a little bit of an idea that I have. So this is a very rough, unedited first draft, and I'm going to read a couple of chapters of a book called Time Child. And lock the doors. This is my gift. Tina, I met him. I forgot you can read 1,200 words a minute with perfect comprehension, Tina said. Plus, you have a photographic memory. It's really not fair. Do you realize what this means? I talked to Sam Beckett. Get out. Really? What did you say? What did he say? He asked me about my favorite story, and I told him it was Brigadoon, Joe said with a smile. Brigahoo? It's a wonderful story of a kind of time travel. They made it into a musical with Gene Kelly, Joe said, letting the memory of her childhood rush back over her. The elevator door opened. They headed across the ice pink marble floors as Joe read through the document. Tina guided her to the massive zebra wood doors that led into the big conference room. Now, get in there and make sure Syed holds on to this, activates it, and gives Quantum Leap to you, Tina said. Yeah, Joe said with a smile. Especially now. Now it's personal. Project Quantum Leap is the theory that one can time travel within their own lifeline by using the quantitative superstring theory as applied to the instantaneous displacement and exchange of particles through a process of cross-dimensional space-time coordinates, traversing interconnected coexisting brands. This is accomplished by the mutual exchange of hyperaccelerated supercharged particles displaced from one location to another, utilizing a high-energy accelerator designed to particleize, separate, and accelerate existing carbon protons, hadrons, and quarks to the speed of light. I hypothesize that it is possible to bend time into itself, thereby allowing the advancement, or regression, of the agitated carbon particles, which will in turn form instantaneous interdimensional passageways and switch places concurrently inside the space-time continuum. The accelerated particles will leap in a predetermined position across the interconnecting dimensions. I intend to construct a series of set destinations utilizing the lifeline of the subject, or leaper, extracting and inserting each time traveler somewhere between the periods of their birth and death. Put simple, time travel within our own lifeline. Dr. Beckett's voice concluded. Figured that one out. The written explanation on the screen was signed Dr. Samuel R. Beckett. The signature held and then faded. Joe looked around the room at the perplexed expressions of the committee members. Even some of the scientists were lost in the complicated definition. But Joe understood it, at least in theory. On the screen appeared the face of a young, very attractive man with deep-set eyes, intelligent eyes, a strong chin, and a set of well-defined muscular shoulders. He had a look of confidence and quiet determination. The title Dr. Sam Beckett flashed below his image with an impressive list of credits and accomplishments. The data dump ended with his birth date and the dash that represented the unknown status of his death or physical location. Behind Dr. Beckett's info, a photo of Admiral Albert Calvici appeared, slightly older, distinguishingly handsome, and obviously charismatic, with a glint of mischief in his eye that said, "Life is worth living to the fullest." His image was followed by his accomplishments, including his Purple Heart and Medal of Honor for action beyond the call of duty. Joe saw that he had survived as a prisoner of war for years after being captured by the Viet Cong during the Vietnam War, and how he risked his life in the process of being liberated. It couldn't be retrieved, and the project was abandoned. Ziggy self-generated some kind of fail-safe and crashed. I'm certain if someone could figure out a way to override the fail-safe, I'll bet you your next year's funding, every line of code is waiting there, safely held inside her memory banks, Dr. Fletcher whispered to Joe. Her? Joe said. No question, Ziggy was a she, and if you ask me, she had a thing for Dr. Beckett. Fletcher said with a wry smile. You see before you, Winters said, a photo of everyone involved in the Quantum Leap project. This master photo was taken on the facility steps 1 year to the day before Dr. Beckett's inappropriate decision to step into the accelerator ring. According to his own records, Dr. Beckett had tested everything from hadrons to a chip with unsustainable results. Therefore, we have no record proving he ever gained control of the insertion process or the extraction and return of any of the subjects involved. And she had seen in the holographic image shimmering above her. The man who had risked his life and leapt through time, exchanged particles with her grandfather and the lawyer who saved her mother. She met him, spoke to him that night in her mother's living room when she was 10 years old, when he was bending time to help others. His kindness had inspired her that night, and God or time or fate had placed her right here today. Sam Beckett had come to her, and now this was her chance to use her brilliant mind to help him. She knew she could bring him home. She knew she could bring back the man who saved her mother, and in ways he'd never know, had saved her. Joe made the decision to bring Sam Beckett home.